But yeah, definitely 1.6 grams per kilogram of ideal body weight is like a bare minimum for me. And that does seem to be all you need for optimal muscle synthesis. However, there are reasons to go higher than that if your goal is fat loss, and that's mostly to improve satiety per calorie. And there's fairly good evidence that going higher than that improves satiety per calorie. So for fat loss, so most people are in your community are probably looking at protein in terms of gaining muscle. But
Hmm.
I think going even higher is probably more important when it comes to fat loss and satiety per calorie, independent of building more muscle, like going up to 2.2 grams per kilo of ideal body weight. You're not going to build more muscle, but you might very well eat fewer calories on an ad lib diet eating to satiety. In fact, you probably will. So there are reasons to go up on protein percentage just for fat loss. So you always have
Damn it.
lower satiety drinking liquids. So the more you have to chew something, the higher the satiety per calorie. It's called oral processing time. But if you have to
Mm.
chew something like 1,000 times, you're going to get way more satiety per calorie than if you can just drink it in 10 seconds. So you will always get higher satiety per calorie eating a solid food versus liquid one. And in fact, there's this whole gradient of surface hardness of foods where if you're trying to eat like a walnut before you've cracked the shell, that's going to give you the most satiety per calorie. But then just something like this, just pure liquid, is going to be lower. And the higher the viscosity, like a gel is more satiating than a liquid, and and a semi-solid is more satiating than a gel, and then a harder and harder and harder solids are going to be even more satiating. And it's all about this chewing time and oral processing and gastric processing, and anything that is harder to digest and slows down the process gives you higher satiety for the calories involved. So a whey shake is not as good as eating real food. However, it's super convenient and it's way better than not having that protein. So that's all on a spectrum as well. Like if you're in a hurry and you're trying to have some protein with your first meal, yeah, drink a protein shake. It's going to be way better than, not eating anything, being too hungry later, and then just eating some, you know, lower protein, whatever. So I do like whey shakes. I do like protein powder. It's just good to know that it's not quite as good as a solid food. However, you don't want to let perfect be the enemy of good.
Mm.
So whey shakes are good. Protein powder is good.
Is that correct?
Absolutely, hell yes. We have a number
Okay.
of studies on this. If you drink a protein shake 3 times a day, half an hour before your meal, you'll automatically eat, over 300 calories less that day
Wow.
just on an ad
That's
lib diet.
significant.
Yes, it is significant. It is absolutely worth your time. You will meal replacement shakes, protein preloads with whey shakes. We have studies on all of this, and people literally just eat less downstream. So it is definitely worth your time. You have to do it before though. Like if you just eat to satiety of just junk food, you just had as many chocolate chip cookies
Right.
as you want, and then you try to stuff a whey shake on top of that. It's really not going to help you out at all.